We now return to Let's Play SimCity. We finally see that there is a water crisis. We are getting our water from Gastown. Gastown is now completely out of water. Omega City 1 is also buying it? Maybe. Anyway, we're going to go back into Gastown. We're going to create some more water because currently we are completely full on the water pump, I believe. So I'm going to pause that for a moment and come over here. And how can we do this? If I do a water pump station, like, I can't build it there. Okay. Well, I can build it here. And actually, if I do slam it into a side here, it'll allow me to... I can still build, strangely enough. Maybe we'll do something like this. I don't know that I need that, to be honest. And that's going to eat up all my money. So we don't need that much. We should be pumping a lot more now. Because by itself, this will be pumping 100 kilogallons. Gallons. Yeah. Anyway. So I don't really need this. In fact, I think it'd be better to run this road... shit. Okay, well, so that's a bunch of dead space now. Unless I bend the road, which is entirely feasible yet. But then I probably can't build too much in there, to be honest. Okay, well, we won't bother with that. We'll just kind of put a low density street there and call it good, I guess. We're doing okay here. I think we can now go back out, pop into Gazconda again to make sure everything's running smoothly, and we'll head over to Abel City and attempt to build that up a little bit more, particularly with education levels, so that we can get towards that academy. We'll run this for 3. And I should be able to buy more. Can I not buy more? Come on, surely there's more. Are we pumping? We must be pumping our own in Omega City. Omega City has a water crisis, and that is true. So why? Okay, now we're at neutral. We were. How about we put in another one of these somewhere? I hesitate to do it over here because that's bad water right there, but then we really will need filtration. How about if I do... I don't want to... I don't like doing that. If I put it here, though, we should be fine, right? It's not going to produce enough for anything. Garbage is overflowing. Well, I mean, it's getting there. How are we doing on that, though? How's our garbage? We should be... Who's buying it, though? We're having it sent from... Okay. So now we need to come over here. I don't know. It's making money. I think we're done. We've got to go back out to the region, and we are, in fact, sending 2 to Gazconda. I guess we need another. So let's go back in. I do not have the money for this to increase my truckage. I do not. Nor do I have the capacity for that. So go back to Gazconda, I suppose. Send some money this way, or just ignore it completely, which will do that, because it doesn't matter. It actually doesn't matter. As long as we're making a profit, we're fine. Okay, so back in Abel City with no profit whatsoever. What the hell were we doing? I don't remember. I do know there's a demand for industrial, and that is kind of part of something I wanted to do, because we need, and we're going to lower this down, we need to be able to, you gotta do this. Alright, I wasn't quite sure where this was all going to add up. Okay. How about I continue this out here in this fashion. Go all the way to this. We'll probably be fine making some curvy thing up and along here. Until that point, now we need to add this to here. And then we're going to, I guess, do it here. But what is it coming out of? Man, this is horrible. This really looks bad. I've created a little bit of a monster here. Because unless we get something coming out of it in that way, which I could do. So we'll go like, no. I can't get it to go straight on me here. We'll just line it up as best we can then. And we'll get a curved road in here. Although I'm not sure if I really want to do that either, but... Shit, that's where I should have... Back that off for a moment. First of all, let's find out where the thing is supposed to go. Pull back maybe. Whatever. At this point, it's a mess. So we'll just keep it some spider web monstrosity, and we'll have to call it good for there. Because unless I divide up or some crazy thing, which I can do this, I guess. That does not provide a lot of room in there, though. No, stop it. Let go. I'm just hopeful we can squeeze things in here, and so they can expand. Because that's kind of where I'm worried. What we do want to do, and why I was doing this at all, was so that I could start making markings. That is, again, not the right road. To create a space. You bastard. If I can't see the lines, I can't know exactly how far they need to be apart. Why don't you understand that concept? Game. Because what we're doing here, and it's actually not in line with my design at all, is it? Actually, we can make the academy range out here, so that's perfectly okay. And then we'll bring in you to finish this off, I guess. I'm sure we'll just do some terrible, ugly thing here that looks horrible. What am I even doing with this? And then this one will go boy, for a bunch of smart scientists, they sure can't design a city. Am I right? Let's go something like that. And we will just do, yeah, that's too much. Now, knowing this, where can I angle? We'll just eyeball that angle. Whatever. And then we gotta come over here. Make this kind of go in. And that works, I guess. Terrible. This did not turn out nearly as attractive as I had otherwise hoped it would. So what's the requirement for Academy right now? God damn it. We still need 5 medium wealth in order to get to that level. Okay. Now this, unfortunately, I was going to put some industrial out and around here. Not well, anyway. Because all this is really going to accomplish is just lowering land value and making it an ugly, terrible hellhole. Right next to people who, I guess we'll suffer for it. All that industry, no one's popping out. Okay, there we go. I was going to say, that industrial demand, and you're telling me no one wants this? I know that's a terrible thing to do because we actually need... No one's going to want to live next to that. What was this? Just a park. Okay, let's just run at full speed, see what the hell we're doing. What we really need to be focused on is more of the education for this town. Of which we've got a public library and a grade school. Are we full up on here? That I don't know. What we can do next, though, is technical college, community college. Now this, if I'd actually wanted to maybe create a section, maybe I'll get rid of that industry. I kind of didn't want industry, but we need some high-tech industry if we're going to get things like circuit board makers and whatnot. So maybe we'll just end up pushing to this side of the rings, especially once we get the towers going. We'll push all that this way, and then this back end will be where all the industry goes, and then maybe that'll open up an area for me to place down a university or some such, and do from there. So I could put a community college up in here. Probably be better off in one of these little cubicle areas, though. Getting to high wealth, huh? It's going to be harder than well, not really. I can just put in a mega tower to make that happen. Can we play with any of the... We can. 690, let's do that. That should bump me up now to enough that I can purchase the most basic elite mega tower, which I can. At a mall level, let's take a look. There's really no demand for anything in particular. That's regionally, there's a big demand for some of that. There's honestly no medium wealth demand in this city because it's all coming up down here. And putting down the mega tower. Well, I guess we can do that. Well, it really should be medium wealth, though. It really ought to be medium wealth because if I put in high wealth, there won't be enough support structure for it, and that means that we will have to have a big building spree, basically. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Now what? Now it's not shaped right? I go to all this trouble to make these freaking things work. And they don't fit. They don't fit. This won't fit because it's got nothing to snap to. Okay, that one works. So that's the one that gets built. And to kind of finish off the look of that, we'll go ahead and plant more trees. Just to fill that in. Well, shit, we may as well just go ahead and add this together then too, right? Terrible as that looks. Why not? That way they can just go straight in. Okay. Making no money only because so many people are leaving. And now, in order to fix things, and we're getting actually to a point now where these guys even want to build up a little bit. So we'll go medium on these. The rest of this back here seems to all be geared toward low. Okay. Should probably... Good, good. Start getting more people crammed in here, and then we can start putting down things like elite parks and whatnot, so we can raise that land value. Because if we can get it, if we can get that part built up, we'll be in good shape. So, the question will then become, how do we do that? If we say put a plaza, I think there's a little bit nicer plazas. Well, okay, yes, these, but there's like a strip. They're not very thin strips, unfortunately. Okay, well, there we got this one. Unfortunately, that is not... Ah, perfect. So if I destroy this house and put in this elite park, which is really all I'm requiring out of that. So what, we can't put in tiny little picnic box table thing? Actually, we can. Playground? Since all the kids need a playground. That's gonna... Nope. Either way it's gonna take it out. It sucks. Are we full? We appear to almost be full. Let's just go ahead and finish that off, and we'll get a few more kids coming to school. May as well spend all the money I've got, making sure that's solid. Yeah, this sprawling, terrible thing that I've got going out back here. I'm not sure what to do with that, to be completely honest. But I do believe we'll attempt to go high tech on it. And really I could maybe just go high. Well, there should be more commuting, obviously. And really that's kind of the fatal flaw of the game, is that if you really wanted to, if you wanted certain things, if you are in fact city building, and therefore sculpting and shaping, then yes, all those statistics otherwise matter. Otherwise, this is the only statistic that matters. At least that's what I've come to notice. And because of the way those railroads work, I cannot, in fact... We don't have an upgrade, but we do have a mayor's home. And I had been very undecided about where I wanted to put that. Right there in a busy roundabout right outside the Omega Tower. The Mega Tower, I should say. Yeah, why not? These will never grow up into anything, right? I mean, not particularly. So we'll want high school boundaries, we'll want community college, we'll want university, if I can actually get it in here. So, yeah, probably for this city, then I'll start trimming and cultivating my population by putting them in here and doing what I want to there. We've got 300 unemployed and a small 300. Okay. So I could put, say, a medium office level. Need more money for it. Let's look at crowns for this. Solar generator, air scrubber. It's not so necessary here, and I need an academy anyway. So, tech level in the city is terrible. High wealth shopping. It's in demand. I don't know where it's coming from, but it's in demand. Regionally speaking, that is. So that means that this, high taxes. What do you mean high taxes? I guess they are. We kind of went a little overboard on this. But these guys are, in fact, upper crust, which is good as far as getting the academy going. One so far. Well, that's one that we didn't have before, so I'm quite okay with that. Now, I'm going to have to play around and attempt to find other places that I can perhaps do that with. It's a shame that these never built up in their densities to move back. Because I'd like these to expand beyond this nonsense. Let's see about putting some tiny... See, that's the thing. These don't have tiny anything. Okay, put an amphitheater in. That would probably actually do the trick. Especially over here. Haven't had an amphitheater yet. And I suspect that's probably... In fact, what I should do is take that out, because that might be enough for this to move. Okay, hold on. I'm going to take out a tree row, which again ruins the symmetry. It's already abandoned. Damn it. We'll put it on this side. Okay. So now maybe this will expand over to here and turn out. We'll be fine. Finally, some high wealth somethings. Did we ever turn this back on? We have not yet turned this on. And well, we're hurting on the budget anyway, for the most part. Amphitheater. Everything around it, though. Ooh, wait. We're losing money. Only because this is all building up. But I do like the fact that it's building up at all. That's really good. What was your thing? I don't know what your thing was. Plop a house of worship and have low wealth people in it. I'm not going to be doing that. As far as you, we don't have another upgrade because I already plugged that down. Yeah, see, this is more what I was talking about with Gasconda, how I want it dense, high wealth, rising sky towers and all that good stuff. This is not actually that dense. This is only medium density. Of course it is, because I only put down medium dense road. With the skyscrapers, though, that'll hopefully turn into more of a thing. But, yeah, I mean, this is okay. It's never going to be making terribly large profits, unfortunately. We do have a lot of low-wealth jobs unemployed for, and we need more shopping availability for low to medium. Finally. This is kind of what I was waiting on here. It's good that it's expanding, though. Oh yes, I had intended to have some kind of temporary thing. We're spending that, though, right? We're buying sewage from somebody? We're not. Somehow this one pump is actually enough. We've only got 9,000 people in the city, so I guess maybe. Interesting. Now here's an open spot right next to this. This will never get bigger, so here is a perfect opportunity to spread the plague of affluenza and put down another. Not enough room to increase density. Put down another high wealth something. Perhaps that, or perhaps that is too big. What about that? Plaza. What about that one? And immediately, big ol'. Interesting that the high wealth seem to be taking up much more space than any other big building. Even though the density footprint should essentially be the same. So what can I put in here? Basketball park? Don't I have a basketball park somewhere just real close by? I feel like I do. One thing I can do, though, is put in a future park to futurify. Hey. Cool. Well, as long as we're making money, that's perfectly okay. This is actually what I wanted. Okay, well, I mean, this is going. It is working. We'll never get this now because I don't have any low wealthers unless I want to put them right up in here. I'm not really sure what religion the Science Town would have anyway, unless they all became devotees of the Omnissiah and the Machine God, which could be an interesting little twist. Unfortunately, this is not the industrial city. That would be more appropriate over there. I kind of like the fact that this doesn't go down all the way, or go up all the way. But, yeah, well, you know. And we still have a plot for one more city after this. I am tempted to just dig into it now and get it running, so that we can have that. And we might end up using more time in Mineral Town to set up another dump / water pump setup, so that we can get this half of the little island here, island group. I think this will look nice. It's not, again, not quite what I had envisioned, but once we get this whole thing as just a tower, yeah. Really, I should have had the inner ring with mega towers, and then built out from there. If I wanted the nice sloping hive city feel, I don't know. We'll I don't know. We'll just keep it going as is, and like I had mentioned in a previous episode, maybe there will be time for another playthrough sometime in the future. We'll just play to experiment rather than to do whatever the hell I'm doing. Anyway, we're doing okay. Money's in the positive. That's always a good thing, despite the fact that I added a bunch more debt to the bank, the treasury. But yeah, we're doing okay. So I think I'm going to end this one here. I don't know how much of that I want to turn on. What is this? 1700? Well, yeah, we barely have enough to keep maintenance costs on that. So we'll maybe put that off for just a little bit longer. I don't know why these are not building up. Mostly, again, we could do the same tactic where if I destroy a bunch of these, then they'll move in elsewhere. And then we can just kind of keep industry or tech or something out here. Again, I need space for university. This will probably be a good quad for the university after I remove the offending industry in there. And then maybe get a community college out here somewhere. That's what I can be using to fill in all these very awkward spaces, and I think it'll look a little bit nicer. It is kind of looking better now that things are building up. As long as you look at this half of the city, it's fine. But anyway, I'm going to end this one here, and I'll see you next time.